Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother, and we are here with, again, playing Glasspool Mimic in the Modern Merfolk deck. We don't see the Glasspool Mimic right now, but believe me, it's in there. And if you want to see see how well that card is going to innovate the Modern Merfolk deck, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So we lost the die roll. I'm sort of tempted to keep this hand. I mean, if they don't answer Smuggler's Copter, I can loot away all these lands. And even if they do, I can at least loot a few times with Benthic Biomancer. My opponent says, like the video about me talking about control. Really funny. This is a loose keep, but I'm going to keep this.
Give him a smiley face.
They got the smiley face. I'll see if... it will see play if they unban artifact lands. Otherwise, it's just too specific. Here, Expedition map. Okay, Glasspool Mimic. Let's see if you can do your thing. If there's a thing to do in this matchup. They're up against either Tron or Eldrazi Tron. And they are going to immediately have Tron next turn. So Miscall is good versus taxes. It's fine. It's good. It can be good against taxes, either interacting when they have Ether Vial or when they try to blink something with Eldrazi Displacer. Just make sure it doesn't hit your own stuff. Hopefully our opponent does not slam Karn on us, because that would be brutal. But I think Collector Oof would still be better than stealing a few artifacts. Absolutely. Collector Oof. But that's only if you're in green. So if there are other versions of Merfolk that you want to play that are non-green, Skydiver would be there for you. Of course. When do you not have... When do they not have this stupid card? Does Glasspool Mimic allow you to play slightly more Mutavaults and Cavern of Souls while having Deprive in the sideboard? No, it definitely doesn't let me play with more. In fact, it would technically make me play with less, because I need to make room for the Glasspool Mimics. Honestly, I'm all maxed out on Cavern of Souls anyway. I guess you could say I could play like maybe one more Mutavault.
It's a T1000.
Liquid Metal Coating. I don't know if that's what you wanted to get. So I can kill Karn for sure here. They'll try to shut off the Mutavault, but I can activate it in response and still attack with it. They should have got Ensnaring Bridge. But maybe they have a backup Karn. I mean, I don't know what their hand is.
Maybe Bridge is already in their hand.
Keep that a secret, I guess. Pass. Off topic, but apparently Microsoft bought...
Bethesda, yes.
Bethesda?
Big news.
What the hell is that?
Bethesda is a major video game publisher.
Microsoft are really assholes about this. You know what? Microsoft bought Rare, and Rare did not produce a good game after that at all. For years. See, here's where Phantasmal Image would be superior to this Glasspool Mimic, so I can copy this Ulamog. Sweet Ulamog. Well, we're completely... Huh?
Glasspool is only your own creatures?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't even know what I'm hoping for. Spreading Seas into... That's not going to do it.
You can block them.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Well, no, would it? Target permanent? Oh, I see. It would be really bad. Liquid Metal Coating would shoot it off. Well, we're just dead.
He had everything.
Oh, this is normal Tron. I thought this was Eldrazi Tron, but actually this is normal Tron.
Sorry, man. My draw was nuts.
It's all good. This is actually normal Tron. Alright. I'm glad I played it out a little bit. Okay, that's good, because I actually think we have much better chances against normal Tron than Eldrazi Tron. So we'll get rid of Dismember. We just get rid of all the clunky cards like Master of Waves and... Sort of like Brazen Borrower to play things at flash speed. I guess 2 Silvergill Adepts. No, wait a minute. Karn, the Great Creator. You're evil. But Smuggler Copter's so good. No, Karn, the Great Creator. But Smuggler's Copter is so good. If they play Walking Ballista, this is weak to that too. Yeah, I have a weak spot for Smuggler's Copter.
Well, actually, the real news
But
is
Karn.
that they bought ZeniMax, which owns all sorts of companies. So right now, Microsoft actually just swallowed up a ton of huge properties in the video game industry.
But they're gonna turn them to shit. Like, Rare made so many great games for Nintendo between like Donkey Kong Country and GoldenEye and Banjo-Kazooie, like really good classics. Like blockbuster smashers for video games. And then they moved to Microsoft and they just produced garbage. Like nothing memorable. They try to make a Banjo-Kazooie game. It was terrible. It was like some sort of racing game. Who the hell? Some idiot came up with this idea. Well, let's make a racing game and just throw the Banjo-Kazooie's intellectual property on it. Okay, so here's a game where we might actually see the play out of Glasspool Mimic. I guess we're gonna keep it, and I don't think I want to play this as a creature in this game. Turn 1 land, and I could bring it back to my hand one day with Deprive if necessary, so I'm going to keep this, and we'll just throw out a bunch of Brazen Borrowers at end of turn. Our opponent mulliganed. It's always good when you're up against a Tron deck. Merfolk with a no Merfolk hand. It's a very Merfolk thing to do, really. It's the Merfolk way. Well, that's awkward. Now I don't have anything to do on turn 2. I guess I could bounce this with Petty Theft. I mean, I have nothing else, right?
Sets them back a bit.
This is like such a crappy thing to do, though. But using Deprive this early is also not good. Mutavault, Petty Theft, next turn. Let's say they play Tron land. Next turn I play I can just play the Brazen Borrower, then they play another Tron land. I Spreading Seas it, hold up Deprive. Actually, that's going to be hard. This Cavern of Souls has to turn into an island for all that to work. This is awkward, but whatever. This is not the line I thought I would take. But here we are.
Hey, it might be a good tempo swing.
Still tempo play. Still tempo. Wow, 2 forests. This is bizarre. That resolves. I guess they're just gonna hardcast Tron. So this is not really what I wanted to see. But if they play 1 tower, I don't need to play Spreading Seas anyway, so. Super mono green Tron. Yeah, there's a Chromatic Star. Yeah, we're gonna slam a Borrower. If they tap out enough, I'm gonna bounce this Chromatic Star again. It'll be hilarious. I might bounce that. Interactions from okay, I need a blue source that would make things. No, I guess I don't need a blue source. Okay, I definitely need to deal with Karn when it gets played. At least one Karn. Now I have the choice of playing attacking with Mutavault, or do I Petty Theft this card? Then they have to replay it, crack it. But at this point, it's not eating up as much of their mana. Like, if they spend their turn cracking it playing a land, I would rather just put another Brazen Borrower in play. So, I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to wait. Yeah, so many 1-drops. This Tron deck is more aggro than Merfolk. Yeah, we still have Seas for later.
I was gonna have all the pieces
Of the puzzle. Okay, so now if I have 2 Brazen Borrowers in play. And I can also Glasspool Mimic one of them. We have a decent clock in the air.
Shut down.
Oh, they do have. Oh, I thought they were going to play Veil of Summer. Oh, I did have Veil of Summer. Okay, this I'm going to counter. And I guess I return the Glasspool Mimic.
Double Mimic.
Guess so. Don't know if that works out the way I want it to. Okay, I sort of got to kill our opponent fast. If they go for Blast Zone, it doesn't help them very much if they Expedition Map for it, because Brazen Bar is at pretty high loyalty. Sorry, CMC. Do I even name Merfolk with this? I guess so. Okay, now don't play Karn. I guess if they get Karn, not the end of the world. Or it will be the end of worlds, because I have both my bouncing creatures in play. If they go Karn, grab... If they went Karn, grab, bridge, I'd be in trouble. Aether Vial showing up awkwardly as usual. I know, that's Aether Vial. Always shows up to the party late, and when nobody wants it. Oblivion Stone. Okay, that's not too bad. I can attack for 6 and then copy the Mutavault with Glasspool Mimic. If we draw a land, it'll be over. Because I can attack for 8, put them to 4, and then attack with 2 Mutavaults next turn. We have Glasspool Mimic in our hand. Land. Fuck, you're not good enough here. No, maybe you are. Are you good enough? Attack for 9, put you to 2. I guess you're good enough. Hey, it's a Merfolk. Okay, attack for 9. Guess I'll put these in play, one as a land. Just so I have enough to, like, activate Mutavault next turn and copy it if necessary.
This is it.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of mana. Have you thought about Thieving Skydiver? We talked about that a lot. It's crap. There's not. It's such weak interaction in Modern right now. It's pointless. There's just nothing you can. There's nothing strong about it right now. One day it'll be good. It's going to be part of the toolbox, but there's no good artifact deck. Like, what am I going to do? Steal the Oblivion Stone here, for example?
Time for Eugene.
Although would it actually? So last turn they played this. Thieving Skydiver would have been good in that situation. But they also had the option just do nothing. What the hell's with that? Did they just blunder the game? Or can they empty their hand? This is only 4 mana. They can't activate Oblivion Stone anymore. Even if you get Bridge, you're still going to be at 2... They might have Walking Ballista?
Yeah, there's Ballista.
They got Ballista for 2? None of this works.
He's gonna pump those 2 rounds into your face and then concede.
Oh, this they punted. They punted really hard. Oh, they're gonna kill themselves?
You can do that?
Yeah, you
Fire
can
at
shoot
your own
yourself.
face? It's kind of funny.
Because they can't block the Mutavault, so they have to kill the Lord, but to do that, they have to empty the Walking Ballista. Let's just
Flex
do
on
stuff. Yeah, let's just do some stuff for fun. Then Mutavault's going to be a 2/2 anyway.
Another one.
Force negation, which is completely unnecessary at the moment. Go out on your own terms. But they didn't have to. They could easily blow up the board with a blitz. Well, okay, maybe they had no... I guess they had no answer. Whatever. Maybe they're hoping I'm going to attack Karn.
You almost did.
So if you kill Mutavault, I mean, none of it matters. Alright, go to game 3.
He needed to see it to the end. He needed to see it to believe it.
Run it back. So actually, I will be... now, I think Glasspool Mimic did help in this game. It was land when I needed it to be land. Yeah, it wasn't helping against me. If they were dead to the Mutavault, then they couldn't do anything at all. I'll keep this. We have a little bit of early interaction. We can loot, and we have at least one piece of interaction here. They went to 5. And by the way, if I were to force away something, I'd dump the Trickster. Because this thing is still a 2/2 creature that can loot away one of the lands. Maybe they wanted to see your cards. Maybe. I guess the deal was they didn't have anything. They were lost, so they just couldn't. Maybe they had all lands in their hand or something. That sucks. I hate seeing the second Ether Vial, but whatever. Maybe we'll pitch it and we'll keep the lands to play Force Negation. Go out with style. Probably I should counter this. Especially since Force Negation is down. Sorry, Veil of Summer is down. I like that Glasspool can make a wider range of opening hands keepable. Absolutely.
He says, Force Negation. Nice, haha.
I'm gonna give him the smiley face. I guess copying Benthic Biomass will do something. Well, I mean, if we draw a Lord in the next few turns, which might be a thing. I guess we're going to do this right now. If my opponent has Dismember, which a lot of Tron decks do. That's nice, but I need that fall turn afterwards.
Glasspool is one or the other. If it's a land, it's a land. If it's a creature, it's a creature.
Yeah, my brother learned that today.
I thought it was both. Give us the Noble Hierarch. Come on.
I wonder if Glasspool has uses with True Name. Okay, let's hopefully they don't have any more lands. Well, they didn't actually they didn't put a land in play. No, they did put a land in play. I don't know if our opponents choked on lands or not.
Spreading Seas.
Not Spreading Seas. Jack for 2. Don't kill me. Don't do it. Okay, we're not dead. Okay, well, we might be soon. Ugh, is this Karn again? I would hate that. Okay, that I can deal with. Sort of. Not in a good way, but I can sort of deal with it. I can live with it. I'll get some value before everything blows up. Actually, hold on. Turn off auto yields. Is there... Should I pick this thing up to 3 because I'm going to lose it soon? No, I guess no. So, unless I grab... I mean, even if I draw Mutavault, I can activate and still copy with Glass Pool. I don't know. I don't know how these auto triggers work, to be honest.
8 years on.
I'll just say no here. Force negation, you are late. Okay. Let's get a little bit of value here.
Not bad.
I guess. I'm sort of in a bad spot no matter what I do.
They'll tap out big for Ugin, which you can deal with.
Whatever. Okay, we'll just pass the turn.
Come on, tap out big. Do it.
I guess if I draw another random blue card, it's not too bad. Because then I can play Lord of Atlantis followed up with Glasspool Mimic. Spring Seas?
That would be dicey.
Okay, let's see if they wipe the board here.
If he pops the stone, does helicopter go too?
Yes, it all goes.
Oh, even a while.
Yeah, it all goes.
This is bullshit.
The most unsettling thing is our opponent clearly has a lot of stuff in their hand. You know what I should have done? I should have cracked Waterlog. Well, I need mana. Okay, I'll play Lord of Atlantis and pass and see what happens. Then when they play a big threat, I'll crack Grove, see what I draw. Because actually copying Lord of Atlantis it's useful in these situations. The only problem is our opponent has just so much mana. Yes. Are they trying to get to 10? If we can draw Spreading Seas, that would be good. I opened a foil Urza's Tower and Double Masters. It's worth nothing, but I still like it. Another tower. So you have 8 mana. Yeah, I have to counter you. Hopefully there's no Veil of Summer here. That's a terrible draw.
No veil. Okay.
But they still have gas in hand. They missed a land drop for 1 turn. Well, that's convenient. Play, cast. It feels like the same damn card. Alright. I have no idea what I want you to have. I have a feeling you have that stupid Ulamog, though. Yeah, that's still a problem. Oh, they still have cards in hand. We also still have cards in hand. I'm feeling a 3-2 coming. I know what you mean.
Should be able to force negate it.
If only. Keep it in my hand. I'm going to keep a land in my hand for either Smuggler's Copter or Benthic Biomancer. Boy, would I feel a lot more comfortable if my opponent was empty-handed with Tron. Okay, counter this. What else is in your hand? That's
The lesser card.
not good. Okay, take my land. Well, we can easily lose to this card anyway. Yeah, we're lost. That is game. Oh, they had. Oh, that's why they. That's what they had in their hand. They had Wilt, so they were always prepared for our Spreading Seas, even if we had it. I'm trying to think, like what? Well, they can still exile this card, but it's funny though. It gets timed at this point. I mean, there's nothing we can draw. This is a nice card, but too late. A little too late to the party. I think we've lost our Wilt to go. I think we've lost our Wilt to go on here. Yeah, we're doomed. Didn't they mulligan the 5?
Yep.
How did this happen? Oh, they found Tron. That's what happened. And even if we had Spreading Seas early, I bet they would have wilted it away. We couldn't deal with the constant threat of Tron. Or we could not kill them fast enough, despite the constant threat of Tron. I guess too many sweepers. The 2 Oblivion Stones were tough, especially after the first one. There's Glasspool Mimic.
It'd be great if you could copy that coil.
Yeah, it would be great. We cannot do that. Just put it in play. Just protect it from Karn. Well, Karn will get it no matter what. Either it's in our hand or it's on the battlefield. I think we can safely resign here. I don't think I've come... In what world can I come back from here? I've come back from some really stupid situations before.
Played your ropes.
Like, for example, let's say Karn eats our Glasspool Mimic. See? They go to 1. Wormcoil hits us for 6. Let's say they drew a land. We get hit for 6. We go to 8. But then we can, like, Trickster this. And then maybe attack Karn. And then Karn can't get their game going on. I think forcing the Sylvan was a bad play. No, that was definitely the right play. The reason we're losing is we can't deal with constant... One of the best ways of beating a big mana deck is preventing them from even having big mana in the first place. Because you can't beat the constant threats that are going to come out from them. Like, what if instead of playing Karn Liberated, they, like, played Wormcoil Engine? Or we let them have Tron immediately, and I force and negate the first Oblivion Stone, but I can't deal with the second one. The easiest way of beating a big mana deck is to attack the mana, and then they will be stuck with all their cards in hand. Or they won't have enough mana to actually do anything with them. Like they might have got to 3 mana with Oblivion Stone, but they don't have enough mana to crack it. I will 100% of the time attack the cards that are going to get their mana. Whether it be Sylvan Scrying or Expedition Map on turn 1. Because also, when they mulligan to 5... usually their hands are very vulnerable, even with the London Mulligan. Like, they depended on that Sylvan Scrying. What's the top deck here? I don't know. They might have had, just like, Forest, Tronland, and a million Sylvan Scryings. I have no idea what... Oh, well, we have no top deck. We're dead. I mean, I'll concede here.
Good game.
Interesting games. Interesting games. But you have to force negate there. You absolutely have to force negate. I have had infinite matches where I just go force negate and then they do nothing for the next 6 turns because they when they mulligan the 6, they can't be picky about what they keep. They gotta have, like, you know, some Tron. They have, like, I don't know, a bunch of Tron lands, one or two threats, and then just hope it all works out. Yeah, the problem is that they had 2 more Sylvan Scryings and ways to use the mana. Mana happens. All right, now what did we lose to? We lost to Storm.
And Tron.
And we lost to Tron. It's hard to say if I played any other version of the deck that I would have been better off against Storm. Because even if I play Simic Merfolk, I still might get wiped out. Although game 1 we had no chance. Like, we were too slow. That was we basically forfeited game 1 against Storm. Now against Tron, I will have a way higher win percentage against Storm than I will have with Mono Blue, that's for sure. So was Glasspool Mimic good? Yeah, I think so. I think Glasspool Mimic was good. I think it worked for the most part. I don't know if it needs to be in a Master of Waves deck. Master of Waves definitely helped us in our matches. Like, it was good against humans. Master of Waves was actually good against that prowess deck. It did help win against Storm. I don't really like Grafdigger's Cage right now. It's very important to have Relic because it single-handedly beats Uro decks, and Uro is a very large percentage of the metagame right now. Grafdigger's Cage. Here's the deal: every deck has Artifact Destruction. So you play Grafdigger's Cage, and then they play a Braid, and then that's it. If I play Relic and they want to play a Braid, then I at least get to crack the Relic, empty their graveyard, and draw a card. So Grafdigger's Cage is only for super Glass Cannon combo decks that are going to try to win like even faster than turn 3. So what you're saying is that we should all go buy foil Glasspool Mimics? I don't know about that, but like I think the card is good. Would it pull me away from Simic? I don't think so. Again, the games were like still like clunky like Mono Blue is. I think Commander Speaker is just much better than Benthic Biomancer. Maybe this is worth exploring in Simic. I don't know. I have to kick out. I don't want to take out any of these lands. That's for sure. And I don't want to go down to. I don't want to have less than 7 basics against the Blood Moon decks, which means I have to kick out like I have to kick out like probably 2 Smuggler's Copter. And if I don't know how I feel about that. But it's definitely a card. Like if I were to go back to Mono Blue, maybe even some other variations, I would play Glasspool Mimic as part of my toolbox. I would definitely pick these up to be part of your toolbox. Attacking lands neutralizes it most of the time, but Tron has a lot of cantrips anyway. Well, they have a lot. Yeah, but they need very selective lands. Very selective lands. And usually Merfolk has enough disruption to attack them before they find anything. If they didn't have the first Oblivion Stone, my Smuggler's Copter probably could have run away with the game, but that Oblivion Stone was too much. Did the ETB tapped on land hurt us today? Honestly, no. No, it didn't. We never suffered from the ETB tapped part. I might have just accidentally mulliganed once because I had this in my opening hand and I was an idiot. I had Glasspool Mimic in my opening hand. I mulliganed it away because I thought, oh, I only have a 1 land hand. Nope, Glasspool Mimic is also a land. Glasspool Shores. Now remember, we didn't have a bad record today. I went 3-2. Could have went the other way around. It's possible. This was just one league. And I have to say the deck didn't feel it's clunkier than Simic, but it's not that clunky. The deck flowed pretty well. And we did see a lot of play out of this card. And I would definitely it would have been good if I paid attention to when the land really helped me. It did help me curve out in some games. Like even in that Tron matchup, it was useful to have a Glasspool Mimic, I think, if I remember. More reasons to have Vial on 3. Try it with Regery? I don't know about that. Maybe. Like instead of Master of Waves, play Glasspool Mimic. And we don't even know if we want 4 of these in the deck. Probably we want 4. That's interesting. Maybe instead of Glasspool Mimic, we play Regery instead of Master of Waves and Smuggler's Copter. That's a possibility. And also, we're more likely to cast our Mirror Regery when we've got Glasspool Mimic. That might be the next level that we try this. I think in Simic you can play 2. Again, what do you want to take out, though? Here's the problem. What do you want to take out in Simic? You choose the card. I'll tell you why it's wrong. Or, well, I'll tell you why you'll make the deck more clunky than it was before. Like, this is my problem. Like, I feel I have a lot of success with this list. I don't even want to change anything. I can sacrifice the Smuggler's Copters, I guess. That's... And maybe I can toss away some Merfolk Mistbinders. Maybe.
I'm gonna take a nap on the couch.
Go for it.
I need an hour.
My brother's tired. Can't you just replace the lands? If you replace... Okay, so first off, what lands do you take out? It's only blue. Like, Glasspool Mimic is only a blue source. So if you take out 4 of these, they'll do 2 problems. First, it will slow down the aggro part of this deck, because most of your lands are going to come into play tapped. And second, you now no longer are protected against Blood Moon. 1 island, 1 cavern, plus 4 glass pool. If you take out the cavern, you need to fill it up with 1 more green source. I am playing the absolute minimum number of green sources so I can cast Commander Speaker on time. These 10 lands plus the 4 vial, that is the absolute minimum necessary so that Commander Speaker is going to be able to be cast by 90% of the time by turn 1/2. Anyway, I mean, maybe I'll play another mono blue and we'll switch it up. But anyway, that is going to be the league for this week. So everyone streaming or everyone watching live, I'll quickly try to jam another league. But for everyone on YouTube, that's going to be our match. That's going to be our league for this week. And it's still interesting. There's definitely a lot of room for Glasspool Mimic to, be played in some other variations. But I think I would rather have it in mono blue, I think I would rather have it in mono blue. I'm not sure. Because it just looks very clunky in this deck. And this deck doesn't need the extra mana. Mono blue needs the extra mana. Mono blue has always needed the extra mana. Simic, this deck as designed, is as lean as possible. So you don't need the extra lands, and you don't need the extra power or the clone effects. So I think if it goes anywhere, it goes in mono blue. And by the way, Mirror Regery is a super powerful card. The problem is casting it on curve. This is a card that might help us there. So maybe we got to try it with maybe we've got to try it with Mirror Regery. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this week. We're gonna thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon and the Twitch subscribers subscribed on Twitch. We're also gonna thank our sponsors, themanabase.com and Mana Traders. This is Nikachu with his brother, who went to take a nap, playing Glasspool Mimic in Modern.